Okay, Libra, this is a general love relationship spread for the second week of March 2020. What I do is I generally shuffle the cards ahead of time and lay them out. I do read cards that pop out or jump out, but I'm not going to read reversals. This is a very big, wide general audience, and so I'm not going to get that in depth or that in detail. With that said, my hope is that this fits with the smaller audience more accurately than it would with the larger audience, and just part of it here and there. You may be cross-watching for a Libra, or you may be a Libra, but either way, this is for the sign of Libra for the second week of March. And I'm going to apologize if my camera is a little shaky. I have two things here. I have a crazy cat and an old house that is like over 100 years old, and when a truck drives by, sometimes it shakes. So apologize about my setup in advance, but I think this will get the job done. So when I laid out your cards, and first of all, I'm using the Dreaming Way Tarot for you, and for your person, I'm using the Tarot of Dreams. And I'm sorry, my cat is being really bad. And I'm gonna say, like, the overall theme of this is kind of like a racy reading. To me, this is like all about the sex and sexual attraction. And I just kind of feel like it's mutual. And this is something that's been going on for some time, and I think it shows me that this is something that'll probably continue to go on for some time. I think both you and your person, which is interesting, is for both of you, the devil shows up. And so to me, in a relationship, love reading, the devil showing up can mean a lot of things, but because there's quite a bit of fire energy, especially with your person who's probably more a masculine. Now, you could be female, your person could be female, it doesn't matter who is what here, but this is a lot of fire energy, so there's a lot of passion and a lot of probably sexual energy, and it comes out in this with well, first of all, the Devil card, and then the Seven of Wands. And you guys probably aren't a match as far as relationships go. You're probably both pretty competitive, and you probably both just are in this for the fun. The Page of Cups, though, well, before I move on to the Page of Cups, you have the Ten of Swords. So sometimes this relationship dynamic kind of leave you feeling empty afterwards, because it's really just on the surface. There's really nothing there. And sometimes when things are just all about the sex, that's okay if that's what people are looking for. But we have the Page of Cups, and this to me is a warning, especially if you're a female, to be careful, because this could indicate possible pregnancy or some other type of complication from this relationship dynamic. And I say that because you have the Fool right here on top of it. So again, the Fool isn't always a foolish person, and quite often it's not. It's just somebody that's usually naive, young, immature, and just starting out. But with the Page of Cups and the Devil, and both of you and your spreads have the Devil card, so that's just an indicator, a warning to be careful. And what's else is interesting is you have the Two of Cups, and you actually have the Three of Cups and the Two of Cups as a clarifier. So it shows that, well, first of all, this again is all about the fun, and it's all about the satisfaction you can get from it. But the Two of Cups is what clarifies that. So there might be some underlying feelings, but this is really more about what you get out of it on I don't want to say on a selfish level, but this is a mutual arrangement. It looks like your overall foundation is the Seven of Cups, and you know, it's just kind of being, I feel like, nonchalant. You know that this is just kind of out there. It's really not what you really want for your life, but I think that you are probably both professional people, you probably both work a lot, and this is probably the kind of relationship that works. Your person has the Four of Wands, and they probably have it all, you know, and this is your person, this is fire energy again. This is actually could be Aries, could be anybody really, but this is probably somebody that has it all, that you know, is not really wanting for a lot in life. They do have some other cards that indicates that, like the Four of Coins. They might be a bit stingy. They might be a little bit hold on to what's theirs, so they really don't give anything else to this relationship other than the fun stuff. They also have the Chariot, so this is kind of a fast-moving energy with the Six of Cups, kind of immature. There, again, just isn't really any substance there. I mean, if I saw like the Queen of Cups, the King of Cups, or the King or Queen of Swords, but quite literally none of that is here. And again, next to this is, for them, the Devil. So this to me is all about the sex, maybe the booty call, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. They have the Eight of Coins. This is definitely not something that, this is probably a stress relief. This is probably just unwinding, partying, having a good time, and you know, I think it's a mutual thing here. I don't see this as a bad thing. I think it's probably just going to be always on the surface, and at some point everybody wants more out of a relationship. This person could also be, here's more fire energy, this person could also be a Leo, again, and the Four of Wands, again, more fire energy. So I think you're probably dealing with somebody that's probably pretty sexually charged, and it's probably exciting. It's kind of weird talking about sex on camera, but it is what it is. So that's kind of your overall situation for the second week of March. And it doesn't seem like it's ending anytime soon. I don't pull a couple more cards here. Let's see. You do have the Ten of Swords, which can kind of make you, maybe at times make you feel empty, like you're wanting more, and it may feel like, oh, there we go. Almost got too many of them. Could be, you know, on the surface you seem okay with it, but you might actually be deep down inside not okay with it. That's the only real negative thing I see out of this. And I know the Devil sounds negative, but I think this is just, the Devil is quite literally just talking about the superficial fun part of two people doing what they want to do. You have Justice, so you probably quite literally want some balance and maybe some reciprocity from this person. Maybe you underlying do have a little bit more going on emotionally with this. And my cat is being terrible. The Wheel of Fortune. And I think that things are probably, if we look further out, will probably turn. This will probably actually grow old. You know, but you do have the Four of Wands. This indicates like some kind of union, so maybe this does at some point get serious. And you have the Knight of Wands. Again, more fire energy. So you're probably either at some point with the wheel going to either move on and leave this behind, or things could take a turn, a more interesting turn with, well, you do have your person does have the Four of Wands, but that doesn't really say a whole lot. Page of Wands. So the page is communication, and they very well may want to continue this in a more mature fashion at some point, but I don't think anytime soon that's what's happening here. And the Four of Swords. So I think that's pretty much it for the short term with this relationship. If that kind of sits with you and you feel like this is your relationship as it is right now, I don't think anything's going to change. If it does fit with you, please like, share, and subscribe, and tell me about it. But you can leave all the details out. And again, Libra, this is your reading for the second week of March 2020.